It was a warm New York City night, and I was swinging through the familiar streets, my mind racing with a mix of anticipation and uncertainty. I was on my way to meet her, Felicia Hardy, the black cat. She's everything I shouldn't want: bold, unpredictable, a thief who dances on the edge of danger. But there's something about her, something I can't resist. And tonight, I could feel that pull stronger than ever. When I landed on the rooftop where we agreed to meet, my breath caught at the sight of her. Bathed in the silver glow of the moon, she looked every bit the seductive enigma I knew her to be. Her tight black suit clung to her curves, and her silver hair fell in waves around her shoulders, catching the light just right. She was leaning casually against the ledge, a confident smile playing on her lips. "Spider?" she greeted, her voice smooth and teasing. "I was beginning to think you'd stood me up." I couldn't help but smile under my mask. "I wouldn't miss this for the world, Felicia. You know that." She moved towards me with that graceful, almost feline gait of hers, each step measured, deliberate. When she was close enough that I could feel the warmth radiating from her body, I inhaled her scent, a heady mix of something sweet and a little dangerous. It sent a shiver down my spine. "You know, Peter," she whispered, her voice dropping to a low, husky purr that sent my heart racing. "We don't have to keep doing this, dancing around what we really want." I swallowed hard, caught in the intensity of her gaze. My resolve wavered. Here, with her so close, the lines I had drawn for myself as Spider-Man started to blur. I reached up slowly, pulling off my mask, exposing my face to her. The vulnerability of that act was terrifying, but the way she looked at me, like she could see right through all the walls I'd built, made it worth it. "Felicia," I murmured, my voice barely more than a whisper. "It's not that simple. You and I were from different worlds." Her lips curved into a soft smile, and she stepped even closer, her fingers gently tracing along my jaw. The touch sent a jolt of electricity through me. "Then let's forget about those worlds for a moment," she said softly. "Let's just be you and me." Before I could respond, Felicia leaned in and kissed me. It wasn't like any kiss I'd ever experienced. Slow, deliberate, and charged with a heat that seemed to melt away all my doubts. I wrapped my arms around her, pulling her against me, feeling the softness of her curves pressing into me. It was intoxicating, the feel of her lips moving against mine, her tongue teasing me until I parted my lips and let her in. The taste of her was overwhelming, a blend of sweetness and spice that made my head spin. I groaned softly against her mouth, losing myself in the sensation, in the way her fingers tangled in my hair, pulling me closer, as if she couldn't get enough. It was a kiss that promised danger, passion, and so much more. A kiss that made me forget who I was supposed to be. When we finally broke apart, we were both breathing hard, our foreheads pressed together, her fingers still playing with my hair. Her eyes smoldered with that familiar mix of desire and mischief, and she gave me a sly smile. "See, Peter? It's not so hard to let go, is it?" I kept my hands on her waist, holding her close, feeling the rapid beat of her heart against my chest. "No, it's not," I admitted, my voice rough with emotion. "But it's dangerous." Felicia's smile widened, that wicked gleam I'd come to love flashing in her eyes. "I like danger, and I think you do too." She leaned in close, her lips brushing my ear, sending a shiver through me. "Why don't we take a little risk tonight?" Her words were like a siren's call, tempting me to throw caution to the wind. Every rational part of me screamed to pull back, to remind her, and myself, of the lines we shouldn't cross. But with her pressed so close, her breath hot against my skin, all I could think about was how much I wanted her. Instead of pulling away, I tightened my hold on her, capturing her lips in another fierce, hungry kiss. This time there was no hesitation, no holding back. Felicia responded eagerly, her hands sliding up my back, pulling me even closer, as if she wanted to mold herself to me. As we kissed, I felt a surge of emotions I hadn't allowed myself to feel. Desire, frustration, longing. Felicia was everything I wasn't supposed to have, a thief who thrived on chaos. Yet here she was, making me feel alive in a way I hadn't felt in a long time. I broke the kiss, our foreheads still pressed together as I tried to catch my breath. "Felicia," I said, my voice thick with emotion. We can't keep doing this." She looked up at me, her fingers tracing the line of my jaw. "Maybe not. But right now I don't care, I just want you, Peter, all of you." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut, the honesty in them cutting through all my defenses. I knew there would be consequences to this, to us. But in this moment, with Felicia in my arms and the world far below us, I decided to take that risk. I kissed her again, slower this time, savoring every second, every touch. Felicia melted into me, her hands moving to cup my face, holding me close as if she was afraid I might disappear if she let go. We stayed like that for what felt like an eternity, lost in each other, the city around us fading away. In that stolen moment, I let myself feel the depth of what I felt for her, the raw, unfiltered intensity of our connection. Eventually, Felicia pulled back slightly, her lips brushing against mine in a tender caress. "I know this can't last forever, Peter, but I'm glad we have this, even if it's just for tonight." I nodded, my heart aching with the truth of her words. "Me too, Felicia, me too." As we stood there holding each other, I realized that some risks were worth taking, that some lines were meant to be crossed. And though our worlds might pull us apart again, tonight, under the moonlit sky, I was just a man in love with a woman who made me feel alive like never before. And for now, that was enough.